Hey guys, welcome to another episode of In the Know. My name is Matimi0, and to jump on into things today and not dilly-daddle around with a long and drawn-out introduction like I did last time, if you were someone who really had their heart set on buying the limited edition version of The Last of Us, and you wanted to buy the Supremo post-pandemic $150 version, and you live in the United States, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that has completely sold out. You may still be able to purchase it on eBay for a pretty penny. Granted, it's going to have to be a very shiny pretty penny, but that option may still be available to you. But if that was too much and you don't want to invest that much into a video game, but you still want to buy more than just the box and the game itself, there's still a $80 version called the Survival Pack, which is going to give you a fair amount of goodies, not as much as the Supremo one, but it will still give you more than just the game and usually be enough to satisfy most limited edition collectors out there. Admittedly, I'm fairly surprised that this has sold out so quickly. The game isn't going to be released for 3 months, and for most titles out there, they usually, maybe I'm wrong, I don't buy limited editions all that often, but they last all the way up until the game has been released. I know that this game has a lot of hype behind it, and I know people are very excited. I'm even excited, and I don't even own a PlayStation. So I would recommend, if you want to get your hands on one of these, or at least the Survival Pack, then I would go out and purchase it right now. I wouldn't dilly-daddle around. I wouldn't be like, oh, well, I'll decide in a couple of months, because in a couple of months, knowing that the first one is sold out, it may go down the same route and you may be completely out of luck. So if you were like me and picked up Guild Wars 2, you loved the leveling system, you enjoyed the game all the way until max level, you got to the max level, you got the best gear, you probably realized that there really isn't anything else to do, so you quit the game. That's what I did. I know a lot of people quit Guild Wars 2. They may even still have it installed on their computer because it was so much fun, but there isn't any incentive to jump on in. But recently, when I was kind of scouring the web to look for some things to talk about for today, I came across that they are revamping their world versus world system. They're going to give you more incentive to join. They're going to make it so that there is now a ranking system, a progression system, much like leveling, where you get new attributes, or more attributes, you get new abilities exclusively for world versus world, and that got me so excited I can't even explain it, because I come from a Dark Age of Camelot background. Dark Age of Camelot, in my opinion, had the best MMO PvP system ever. Some people will try to argue with me and say that WoW had the best PvP or world versus world system when everyone was running around in Terran Mills before they had arenas, or even before they had battlegrounds, and clearly they have not played Dark Age. I played WoW at that stage, and it doesn't even come close to what Dark Age of Camelot provided. It's basically Guild Wars 2 took a lot of the ideas from Dark Age and put it into the game. It's all very similar, but the one thing that they don't have is that it's on a much smaller scale, and that they didn't have a progression system. In Dark Age, you had realm points, and every time you got a kill on an enemy, you would get some realm points, and that would pool up, and it would basically be like if you were leveling up. And each time you leveled up, you would get 1 point, and you could spend that into your attributes, you could spend it on different abilities, and your character would get stronger and stronger and stronger. But it wasn't to the point where if you were like realm rank 10 and you went against someone who was realm rank 1, while you would probably take them out very easily, if they were skilled, they could take you out. And that was what was so great about Dark Age of Camelot. And I'm glad to see that's kind of what it sounds like what Guild Wars 2 is going. And for me, if that is the case, I might have to jump on into that game, because to have a robust PvP system that has incentive that is very similar to Dark Age of Camelot would be phenomenal. So lastly, there has been a rumor floating around out there that the Xbox 720 is going to require an internet connection to play any of their games. So if you want to play a multiplayer, well then of course you're going to have to be online. But even if you want to play a single player, you still need to be connected to the World Wide Web. And this has a couple of people a little upset, because if you remember the Diablo 3 debacle, everyone was trying to log in at the same time when the game launched, and no one could get in. They were getting that pesky error message, and this had people fuming because they wanted to play this as a single player. They had no intentions to play with anyone else. They wanted to jump in and get started, but because it required an internet connection, they couldn't do so, so people were just not very happy. So I can see why people are not too keen to have this for every single game on the Xbox 720. But don't worry, because Microsoft came to the rescue and they responded to the rumor by saying that they don't respond to rumors, which makes sense. I understand why they do that, and I also understand why they would go down this route if they did, because being connected to the internet for everything does have its benefits, and I do see and I understand those benefits, but I also can see why people would be very upset by it and they wouldn't want them to go down that route. I would like to know what you guys think though. Are you on the side of everything online is okay, or are you on the other camp where this just wouldn't sit well with you? Let me know down below in the comment section. But that's about it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, have a good one and take it easy.